What's up YouTube, Playmouth here, and as you can see I'm at 1268 rating, and this is my first game with Nekroz. This is going to be a full match video, and here we go. So I think I've got quite a good hand going second. So yeah, he goes for the Manji and searches for Valkyrie. So I'm like, okay. I'm probably not going to maxi right now because he's just going to be, going for the advantage. Yeah, manages to +1 of his first turn, so yep, so here's my turn. So as I say, this is my first game, and yeah, I hope you enjoy just quite how many misplays I make. Yeah, here I go for Bryanek, searching Klausulus, and then I search for the, what's it called? Yeah, the Nekroz mirror. When I obviously should have searched for Kaleidoscope, because then I could next turn Kaleidoscope using Senju to search for the Unicorn, but never mind. So this time he's going for the Unicorn himself, ditching Unicorn to grab Bryanek, and then Bryanek to, what's he going to do now? Yeah, Bryanek to search. Goes for the Dance Princess. I'm not actually playing Dance Princess. I've decided that I don't really like it. She summoned Dance Princess, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to drop Maxi now because I know that at least one ritual spell's coming. And he's like, okay, I'll go through with it. And there we go. So back to my turn, draw into another Maxi. I'm like, okay, cool, this is alright. I've drawn into Valk as well, so it's not going too badly. Hopefully I didn't do anything too embarrassing right now. Yeah, go for Bryanek. Go for Trish. And now I can Nekroz mirror to make a Trish. I definitely didn't figure that one out in the first turn. It just kind of happened. I was like, oh, cool, I've got the right things engraved to make a Trish. So yeah, I didn't deliberately set up for that, but yeah, no, this is just me being completely honest about what it's like for me to play a deck for the first time in a match. So then I'm like, asking my opponent questions. Do you get to search when he's flipped? Is it because maybe it's a pre-PSCT card and flipped face up still allows it to search? He then side blockers and calls Maxi. I'm like, okay, chain Maxi. And then we have a bit of a debate about whether or not Maxi works versus side blocker, and I kind of send him a link of basically the fact that Maxi resolves as chain link 2, so side blocker doesn't stop me drawing, and it doesn't stop Maxi from resolving either. Yeah. So Maxi's probably the worst thing to call with side blocker. You want to call stuff like Book and Valkyrius when you're attacking through stuff, and all that sort of thing. So he goes for the Rhapsody. I'm like, okay, Book me Rhapsody, and he's like, sack, draw 2. So at the moment he's kind of losing to himself, and I think Trish obviously helps a little bit, but he's not playing for loads of advantage himself really. And I'm like, okay, I've got Dark Hole. Do I have any of the things engraved? No, I didn't have any of the things engraved to banish to use the effects. So I'm like, okay, Manju, search. I still didn't go for the Kaleidos mirror, which I still feel I should have done for the Unicorn here. And then I could just swallow it, or Castell it, or whatever I wanted to do. So plays Maxi, I'm like, okay, fine. At this point I'm summoning Bryanek. Not entirely sure why I made Bryanek, but I guess it's just to put as much damage on board as possible. Oh yeah, Snatch Steal for game, of course. Yeah, that's why. But yeah, I still play that so badly. Like I've played for 6 hours now, and I'm up in the 1400s ratings. So I've played the deck for about 6 hours, like I say, and I can already recognise the things that I was doing really wrongly. I've taken out Mind Crush. I think Mind Crush is really bad. It isn't good against Nekroz at all. There are much better cards against it. So yeah, I'm not playing Mind Crush. He's playing Mind Crush, and then he's like, I actually didn't have the ruling confirmed, and it's now and now it pretty much is confirmed that you have to reveal what you're gonna summon. So I didn't realise that was you know, how it was going to be ruled, because I thought it'd be the same with Shadows, to be honest. Like, obviously you don't have to reveal a monster in the extra deck that you can summon, and you don't have to reveal that you have targets for Shadow Fusion in your hand when they Chain Vanishes Emptiness, for example. You don't have to show them your hand to show that you could have resolved Shadow Fusion. You know, that's I don't see why you have to reveal what you're intending to ritual summon. I think it's a bit bad, to be honest. But yeah, never mind. Obviously, I'm feeling like I'm going to lose this game because he's quite high up there. I'm playing Rota instead of a third copy of Shrit, and at that point, definitely kind of proved for me why that's good, because if you have a Shrit in hand, you don't want to search for another Shrit, and it's kind of instead of playing the third Shrit, and then I can choose to get the Colossus instead if I already have the Shrit, you know. So, so I make the Valkyrius just because it's, you know, a big guy, and I want to activate the Brynach and Kaleido to search, and I'm just trying to keep as much advantage as I can and keep the Valkyrius alive, and then I wanted to put 2 on field with Valk so I could draw, and now I've got the Djinn lock, so I'm like, okay, I could main phase 2 Djinn lock at him if I really wanted to, so I'm pretty sure I just go ahead and do that. Yeah, ditching the Djinn to make Clausulus. You know, when it comes from hand, it really isn't, you haven't overextended into it by making Larval Chain and, you know, really committed to the field to put it on field, to put the Clausulus there. And I've got the Valk to stop him from being able to attack, so that's quite good as well. And Regeki as well is, you know, quite good in my hand at this point. I can pretty much set up my own field, special summon as much as I like, and he can't. So there he is. He's got the decisive armor, so I know that I have to Valk him at that point. I'm like, right, okay. Well, that clearly isn't one of the books, because he would have just booked me instead. So I'm Manju, search for Brynach, expect a Mind Crush. So I kind of wait for a Mind Crush to happen, but it doesn't happen yet. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. You know, check everyone's graves and see what's going on. Brynach, search for Trish. Kind of expect to see it with Trish, but no, in fact, I don't get it. So I'm like, okay, cool, banish my Brynach and my Djinn, so I've got a Djinn lock Trish as well. So, yeah, so he's in trouble, basically. Oh, I hit the Gungnir as well. That was not a bad hit at all. Yeah, so he's got double Djinn locked. Obviously, all he needs is a Book of Eclipse or a Regeki, or anything that, you know, anything that would get rid of one would probably get rid of 2, apart from obviously attacking over it. I think I just send you into a Valk at this point. I'm not sure what I do. I'll go for the Gungnir so that I can keep one of them alive that way. And I'm deciding whether I should go Rhapsody or whether I should, you know, Larval Chain or Dweller or Castell him. You know, because I could Castell and attack with all 3, but then I'd leave myself open to Mirror Force if he plays that. You know, people are kind of hyping that at the moment. So I'm attacking the face down with Trish just because I know that there's going to be some high defense monsters in there. Or even if it's just a Shrit, then I wouldn't be able to successfully attack 3 with one of my level 4s. So I decided to, you know, try and take away as much of his resources as possible. I'm in no rush to kill him. I can kill him next turn just by Regeki and attack for game. So, you know, I'm feeling quite confident about this now. There we go. Searches his deck and it's gone. There we go. That was my first match with Nekroz. I 2-0 Nekroz. I played terribly, but here we go. You know, that's all part of learning. And, you know, being able to look back and critique my own games is really good. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Till next time, Playmatter, signing out.